Hello and welcome to On The Bench LFC. So, the match has just finished. Liverpool versus Man City, 0-0. It's a point at Anfield. Obviously, we wanted to take the 3 points. During the watch-along, a lot of you guys towards the end, obviously after the game, were saying that you wasn't happy with that result. But of course, in this reaction video, we're going to be taking live call-ins from you Liverpool supporters all around the world. So I want to hear what all of you have got to say on this in the live chat as well. I'm going to be reading out the comments from that one. We will find out what exactly your lot's views are on the situation with this one. Firstly, let me just, say my point on it and how I felt the game went personally. The Mahrez penalty, key talking point in that one. There's contact there by Van Dijk, but initially before that, I think that there was a foul further up the pitch. It should have been given towards Mo Salah. So I don't think that the play should have continued. I haven't watched the replay back, so I don't know that situation just yet. But I was saying it during the watch along that, why was that? Why did it carry on? I think people are saying stop the timer here. So there we go. Thank you for letting me know that one. I don't know the full ins and outs because of not being able to watch all the replays back and stuff like that. But on a serious note, I think Man City, throughout the game, when they were taking throw-ins, when there were certain situations, I felt that they probably wanted the points today. Wanted the point. I think they was happy to take a draw. I felt that both teams, to be honest, in the first half, it was scrappy. It was a scrappy performance. We started really well. We come out the blocks. We pressed high. It looked like we wanted to get at them really early and try and nick a goal early on. It didn't happen. Then we dropped off. It got really scrappy. And I was saying, let's get in at half time. Let's regroup, go again second half. We did that. In the second half, we looked better. We looked better in possession. We looked like we were more comfortable on the ball. And then City started coming into the game as well. I think second half it was more of an open game. I think Sane, as I call him, there's just something about him. When we play them, he always seems to get a bit of joy against us. He's a dangerous player anyway. He's got pace. He's a threat. He was the reason they won that penalty at the end. There was a couple of big decisions in that game involving Lovren, but I want to hear your guys' views overall on Lovren, because another key talking point for this one was Gomez playing at right back and Lovren returning to the team and being a centre-back partner with Virgil van Dijk. I think Lovren made some big moves in this game. Obviously, defended well in certain moments, and then there was other moments where there were some penalty shouts there. So we will get talking about that. I want to get your views anyway. Overall, a point. We're drawing on 20 points, I think, with City and Chelsea at the top of the table. So, if they would have scored that penalty and they would have got the 3 points there, it would have been a massive blow for Liverpool. It really would have. And I would have been really upset with that. I don't think either team really today, off them performances, deserved the 3 points. I wanted to see a bit more from Liverpool. The one thing that I'm looking at, that I said at half time, and what I was saying to you guys that joined me today, was I think that we look a bit too narrow and we look quite one-dimensional. We're missing out the midfield too much. We're trying to look for Salah in behind too much, play long balls over the top or high balls to Mane or to Salah. And when you're looking at Mane and Salah, they're not little lads. And when they're coming up against centre-backs that are big, 6'2", 6'3", 6'4", against Salah, however tall he is, are they going to win the ball in the air in those scenarios? No, they're not. Yeah, they're going to outrun them on pace and stuff, but when the other team is sitting back defensively or deep, they're not going to come out, on top 9 out of 10 times. So I think Liverpool need to work on that. I think there needs to be better supply to the front three. There needs to be more possession, better in possession. And that's my overall look on it. I think Liverpool need to be a bit calmer in the ball. We need to also utilise spreading the play out to the wings as well for me a bit better. I don't think we're doing that as much. I think James Milner come off today. He's our man that likes to spread it out and get out on the wings. When he first come off in the first half, we looked very narrow on that one. I think if you want to, get at a team like City, spread them out. Yeah, spread them out. It's the same when you play against these park the bus teams. Your left and right winger, say for instance Mane, Salah, get them out on the wing. If it's not working, if you can't get in behind a team and you can't do the quick 1-2 passes up top, then put them out on the wing. Actually put them out wide and utilise that. Spread out their defence and then get your midfield into the game. Late runs into the box. We didn't really get to see too much of that today. There was moments, especially in the second half where we were a bit better in possession. But as the season goes on, I'm hoping that we see more of that. Liverpool can be very good in possession. We're a very good passing team. We have seen that. We're very good on the attack. We know that we can be like that. But it just hasn't quite clicked yet, has it? But all in all, we played City today. Favourites for the league. They did amazing last year. They come to our home today. They come to our turf. It's disappointing that we didn't get the 3 points, as I say, but we did get a point against them today when they could have took the 3 points with that penalty at the end. So that was good that they didn't score that one. Mahrez, taking a penalty off Jesus. How he's going to live that one down in their dressing room, they're going to give him a stick for that one, surely. But yeah, I don't know. I'm going to get your views. Anyway, I'm going to go straight to the call-ins because we ain't got tons of time to do this. So I'll take the call-ins now, guys. It's a good point for us in the grand scheme of things. But as the season goes on, we do need to be better in possession. We do need to find a different way of supplying the front three. Not just quick balls over the top, not just trying to be too direct. It's just not working at the moment. Something needs to change. I think Shaqiri is a key man for Liverpool moving forward. So he's a playmaker. We need playmakers in midfield. Here we go. I will take this call in here. Hello, my friend. Obviously, as always, please state your name for everyone to hear who it is and what's your views on the game.
Hey, Des. This is Fry. Interesting game.
Yeah, definitely, mate. I hope you've had a good day anyway, Fry. And yeah, come on, key points on the game for you, buddy.
Key points on the game is something that I'm starting to realize as we play more games is we really don't have that person. And I think you kind of mentioned it just now. We don't have somebody who can feed the front three. And it goes back to us talking about, how much we miss Ox, because he was pretty good at that. And I feel like none of our midfielders can supply the front three well enough and still play well. They're really good defensively, but I don't think they're really good offensively, and I think we're lacking in that aspect.
Yeah, it's definitely something that we have been a lot better defensively this year. And I look at this and I look at, Gillian saying, I believe that 22 days of hell is over. When you do look at the spell of games that we're going through and that we've just had, actually it's quite good to look at it in that sense. Like, we are riding it, we've done well, we've just had some really tough games, so it is good. And a point against City, you would say, okay, I would take that, especially knowing that they had that penalty towards the end like that. So what's your views on that, my friend?
Oh yeah, most definitely we'll take the point. And it's been a good ride. I'm hoping also Klopp has seen some of our strengths, some of our weaknesses. We have a defense that's keeping us in games, but we're just lacking creativity in the final third. And I'm just worried that as we go deeper into the season, if we don't get that spark, we're just going to be drawing a lot of games. But like you said, it's been a tough couple of games in the past 22 days. I honestly expected us to beat Napoli, but that proved to be difficult, especially in Napoli. Chelsea a draw, I'll take that. Man City a draw, I'll take that. So we've fared pretty well under dubious circumstances, and I'm waiting for us to just get that spark. We need that spark somehow.
Yeah, definitely. The spark. Could the spark be Shaqiri that we've got at the club? That's a key thing. Would you maybe bring Shaqiri in?
Before this game started, I was confident that Klopp was going to start Shaqiri. And for some reason, he won't start him. So, he's the gaffer, so he would know more. But I feel like he gives us more going forward. I feel like Klopp might be playing a bit too conservative with him. but he manages the players, so he knows what they're doing in practice and makes this decision based on that. Um, so yeah, definitely a Shaqiri is needed somewhere in there just to cause some havoc and open some spaces. Um, if he's not stepping it up defensively, then he just needs to step that part of the game up, which I don't think that's the case. But the manager would know better.
Yeah, 100%, mate, 100%. Other key talking points today, Lovren and Gomez. Obviously, Gomez going back out to right back and Lovren coming in at centre back. How do you think they fared today, buddy?
I think they fared fairly good. I don't think Trent is helping himself. I think if he has good showings, he wouldn't be sitting on the bench. And with the kind of game that Gomez had on Wednesday, you know, I really like that partnership with him and Van Dijk. But Lovren is Lovren. He's if he starts a game good and he's big, he just exponentially gets better, right? So he had an amazing game. It was nice. There was a moment there when Gomez kind of fell asleep in the box and nothing came out of it. But you know, as long as we're not conceding, I'm okay with it.
Yeah, 100%. Who's man of the match for you?
Great question.
Yeah, it's a tough one.
It is a really tough one. I mean, Genie Wijnaldum had a really good game, but he had these moments when you're just like, Genie, just turn and pass it. There's someone open. And I guess for me, it will come down to either Genie Wijnaldum or Dejan Lovren. I would say Dejan Lovren had some critical moments in stopping attacks. So overall, I'll go with Dejan Lovren.
Thank you, mate. Thank you so much. Is there anything else that you wanted to bring up on today's game? Like personally, is there something that you can think of?
Yeah, I mean, I think we're as supporters, we're kind of at a point where we're maybe a bit settled now. I think there was a bit of a high at the beginning when we're winning every single game. We're kind of settled to understand that our team is great, but it still needs some work. They still need some improving, which is typical. The real season for me at least starts end of November going into December. That's when you start seeing how well your engine is running, and so we're doing really well. We're top of the league with the rest of the crew. We've had a really tough run. We're gonna go into a run that's less tougher, and I hope with some of these games, some of these smaller teams or less dangerous teams, we can really get our system going in those games so we get some rhythm, and hopefully that'll carry us on into the beginning of the year.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree fully, mate. I think you've been fantastic with your points that you've made in this one. Did you want to say, was there something else that you wanted to say?
No, that's it.
Oh,
That's it.
oh.
I wish we had won this game, but
Yeah.
I know I'm getting too used to winning against Manchester City. I also forget how great of a team they are, so.
Yeah, 100%. I think that was the one thing that I wanted to say. I was doing an analysis at the beginning, but some people might look at it and go, is he not happy with the point? It is Man City. I'm over the moon with the point, really, because you do forget that it is Man City that we played. And we kind of, because it was at Anfield, you're like, we're so used to winning and stuff. You're like, yeah, and we like to beat Man City as well. So you're like, well, really, we wanted to beat him. Of course we did. It's at Anfield. We wanted to get the 3 points. But come the end of the day, they are a fantastic team. We are at the top of the table, still joint on points with them and Chelsea. So, and with the run that we've had, I am over the moon with this. The lads are probably a bit tired as well. It isn't fully gelling yet. And when you do look at it tactically and the analysis and that, you can break it down and go, yeah, there's things that need to improve. But come the end of the day, if you can look at that game and go, the performance wasn't at its best, and we still drew with City today, and we drew at Chelsea as well, then mate, we've got such good things to come, haven't we?
Yep. No, that's very true. That's very true. And I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it. We just have to go through this international break, which is like, all right.
Hate it.
All right.
We don't like it, do we? Look, thank you so much for calling to the show again,
It's
mate.
like watching grass grow when the international break comes around.
Grass grow and paint drying, isn't it? Like, two horrible things. Look, thank you so much for calling to the show, buddy. And as always, I hope you call back again in the future as well.
Thanks, Des.
Enjoy the rest of your evening, mate. Take it easy. Thank you. Brilliant. So, obviously, I know you guys are going to call straight away. I just wanted to say before, obviously, I take the next call, I'm reading the comments at the same time, and I want to make sure that I am reading some of the comments here. Maybe your man Fekir was the missing link, says Al. Mary says Gomez was fine. This was very technically game. Klopp could see City exploiting Trent positional play and took action to nullify it by using Gomez. It's a good key point there. Lovren nearly gave 2 penalties away, and you give him man of the match, really, says John. Anyone else agree with John there? You know, about you wouldn't give Lovren a man of the match performance because he did nearly give away 2 penalties. You know, Van Dijk gave away a penalty, and I was giving him a shout of having man of the match tonight because before that penalty shout, you know, he was getting his toe on everything, he was getting involved, clearing everything, he was doing really well. Genie, I think, had a really good performance for me today. What was your guys' views on Keita when he come on today? Because I think Gillian said anyone else think he performed well. Was for me, I was looking at it like I'm not too sure. I think he was loose with his passing again. Didn't look at his best, but at the same time, you know, I said it, Fabinho's not being used much. He's having time to settle into the club. Shaqiri's used to the Premier League, not really getting played too much. Naby Keita's kind of being thrown in the deep end, so we are going to see bad performances. We are going to see good performances. You're going to see him grow as a Liverpool player in front of you. You know, he's not been given the time to do that. It's a big move for these players, isn't it? Lovren had a good game, even though 2 pens could have gone against him, says Elliot. Force says the signing of Fekir would have made such a difference to our midfield, in my opinion. He's the guy we could have had that could find the killer pass, Coutinho-esque. Indeed, my friend. Right. Let me take this. Hello. I don't know whether that's just gone there. I think it may have just gone. There we go. So, yeah, I will take the call-ins. There we go. Oh, I think Mickey just went to call and then it cut again. And now it's just going nuts again. Here we go. Right. Hello, Mickey. Is that you?
It is, yes. Hello.
Yes, mate. Hello, buddy. How are you?
Right. So I've got some negative things, but then I've got some positive things. So we'll start off with the negative things.
Perfect. Get the negative out of the way and then we finish on a positive. That's what I like to do when I do stuff. But I think people listen to the negative and they go, I'm tuning out this crap. You know, like. But yeah, go for it, mate. Go.
Right. So I've seen a complete change of style in play today, and I've seen the same on Wednesday. We've gone a bit too much defensive, and that may be all we've concentrated on in close season. I just don't like the look of it. It was hard to watch today. We were poor on the ball at times, and we never really hit them on the break as fast as we did last season, which I really don't understand. Last season we were like, every time we had a chance, we looked like we could score. Today, every time we got forward, it looked like we were going to miss. I don't understand it. So that's the negative out of the way. The next negative thing is I think the new players are struggling to settle in. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, because you brought up a point to me about Naby Keita and saying he's not. I think you said it, didn't you? At half time, so he's not the player that we signed. Do you think it is just a big move for them?
I don't know, because if you can't handle a big move, then you're not at the right club.
Yeah,
that's away from this thing now. We are one of the major clubs in the world. We're in the top 10 in the world. If you're going to move to Liverpool, you've got to settle in quicker. You've got to settle in quick, or you're going to be out the door, and that's at any big club.
Yeah. So not impressed with Keita today then at all.
No, I didn't see anything from him at all, to be honest. He drifted in and out of the game, didn't he? And I think he gave the ball away a lot more. He had a couple of tackles, and then as soon as he got the ball, he lost it again. I really am struggling to find what he actually brings to our side. Now, we were sold that he was a box-to-box midfielder, and I've not seen that from him in any game apart from the West Ham game.
Yeah. Yeah, he's not getting us forward as much as what I thought he would. He's playing more defensively, isn't he? Which he did state that he is more defensive than what he is attacking. But I think a lot of Liverpool supporters had this belief that he was going to come in and be our attacking midfielder, but he really isn't doing that at all, is he?
Well, that begs to think then why because Henderson and Gini are holding midfielders. We brought Fabinho and we brought Kate. We've got 4 holding midfielders. It doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, I think I'm not too sure, but that's why I was saying when we was going after Fekir, that's what I was saying. I think we was getting Shaqiri and Fekir. They were both targets because we was getting attacking midfielders into the club. I'm not too sure that Shaqiri was in the mind of that he can play in midfield. I don't know whether that was the case, but with Fekir, definitely to play the attacking midfield role. When it comes to the defensive midfielders, I'm wondering whether one of them was maybe on the cards to leave at some point. I don't know, but Keita definitely, he did state in an interview, the first part of his game is defending, and then he likes to get forwards as well. But I think he hasn't shown us that driving really too much. What I saw of him before he came to Liverpool, he used to drive with the ball so much, and that's what I keep thinking is we're not seeing a confident Naby Keita yet. I put it down to he's not really playing with that swagger, that confidence that he played with previously.
No, I watched him a few times. First of all in the Champions League last year, and then later on in the Europa League, and I thought, oh my God, this bloke's amazing. He's like bringing the ball forward. He's not done anything like that for Liverpool at all. Yeah.
So for you, mate, obviously, was there another negative that you wanted to say before you got into your positive?
Not really. I can't really blame Van Dijk for the penalty. It was mistimed. He was going for the ball. He wasn't going for the player. He got the player. It was a clear pen. But at the end of the day, guess what? He missed.
yeah, mate. Honestly, I was praying. I was literally like, please, because if they would have scored that penalty, I don't think that would have been a deserved 3 points. To be honest, I don't think either team deserved the 3 points today. And as much as Liverpool supporters be like, really, like, come on, like, you support Liverpool. I looked at that result and I think it was end to end. I think first half was really scrappy. Second half, I think it was half-hearted from both teams. I think both teams had little spells, but nothing really convincing. We've seen both teams perform a lot better than that, haven't we?
Oh yeah, to be honest, I really personally believe the last 10 minutes both teams were settled for the draw. With the possibility of nicking it, and I bet they thought when they got the penalty they'd nicked it, because I think if they'd have scored the penalty, it was game over. But this brings me on to the positive. We have not played anywhere near as good as any match in our peak last season at all.
Yep.
And we are still joint top. We might be third in goal difference, but we've got the same points as Chelsea and Man City, who have been flying. Let's be honest, they've both been flying.
Yeah, it's a great feeling.
We've took a point off each one. Yeah, we've took a point off each one. We've had the hardest run of games out of any of the top 5 teams. And we've come through it with very few defeats.
Yeah, it's honestly, I feel like this is such a good feeling, because you speak to any Liverpool supporter out there at the moment, and the first thing they do is go, "Oh, it's not quite clicking yet. It's not quite doing this." But when you do speak to them and you go, "Yeah, but how have we started this season? Ain't it amazing how we're doing in the Premier League? And come on, the Champions League, like beating PSG and stuff like that." And they go, "Well, actually, yeah." And then with the run of games that we've had, you know, recently, the draw against Chelsea and then the draw now against City, when you talk to people, they go, "Oh yeah, I wanted to beat them." But on the grand scheme of things, with the run that we've had, if you would have said to them beforehand, with that run that we got all these results, everyone would have gone, "Okay, yeah, I think I'll take it." Wouldn't you? You would have.
Oh, listen, I'll take where we are now.
Yeah.
We're challenging, and that's what we've asked for.
Yeah.
Some people might have run away and said, "Yeah, we're going to win it," and we've all probably said it because we're all confident, and you should be confident. But the thing is, if we finish second or third, but we're only 3 points off the top in May at the end of the season, we've challenged for that title, and that's all Liverpool need to do at the moment. We need to go the next step and win a trophy. Whether it's the Premier League or not is a different matter.
Yeah.
But we need to win that first trophy. once we win that first trophy, I'm 100% certain the others will flow in.
Yeah,
it's simple
like
as
a
that.
domino effect, isn't it? Like we do need to get that. We need to get the ball rolling in that sense. We need to get some silverware. I mean, Maverick has just put a point here in the live chat. He said, I think we rely on Millie and Genie too much. Hendo, unfortunately, does not do enough of a shift in the middle, leaves the hard work to Genie and Millie. I've seen people say about Henderson had a good game today, and I've seen people say that he didn't. What was your views
he was our best player today
on the midfield three? Yeah, you think he was the best?
He was. To be fair, he was better than Milner when Milner was on. He was better than Genie. People might. I don't understand. People seem to focus in on Henderson when we play bad. There was 11 players on that pitch, and there was 10. Well, apart from Alisson, there was 9 of them that played worse than Henderson. Henderson was running up and down that pitch, winning balls in important areas, and I thought his distribution with the ball was good. And the thing that he made backward passes. Every single Liverpool player made backward passes today. Henderson made his fair share, but he also made forward ones. I just don't get what the... Let's blame Henderson. He's the worst player at Liverpool. Honestly.
I mean, Henderson was pinging the ball. Henderson was pinging the ball over the top quite a lot today, wasn't he?
Listen, if anyone tells me today that Naby Keita played better than Henderson, that they need to go, as they say, to Specsavers. Simple fact.
I think with Jordan Henderson, I think you're always going to have that argument. I think people either love him or they hate him. I really do think people either watch him play and go, they don't like his style of play, or they do like the style of play and they see the work that he does. I really do think that people either don't like his style of play or they do like it. He's just one of them players. You either fall into one or two categories there. It's absolutely mental to see that people can be so divided over a player. Who's your man of the match, Mickey?
Jordan Henderson.
Yeah.
I thought he was the best player on the pitch. Yeah. It nearly was Lovren, but I think he could have gave away 2 penalties. So on that basis, he's a step under. I thought Salah had a decent game as well, to be honest.
He was constantly trying to get into the right place, wasn't it? But it was like the balls were just either... As I said before, it was like the balls, trying to get the balls up in the air to him. I mean, Salah's not going to win them balls a lot, is he? Against tall centre-backs.
No. As I said to you, the problem with our front three, and I've analysed it this season, is when we're hitting teams on the break, we're not hitting them as fast as we did last year from the midfield. There's something missing. There's something not going forward. And Jordan Henderson isn't the man that does that. His job is to stop the ball and pass it on. I just think that the other players that he's got around him are also the same sort of player. We are missing a really, really creative midfielder. And for us to go on and win things, I do believe that we do need to rectify this in January.
I think Fekir in January, look what happened. We knew that we needed Van Dijk really badly and we had to wait for him. Yeah, and he come in and we got so much better defensively. We knew that we really need a playmaker. Well, we know that we really need a playmaker now. We're going to have to wait. So I think get Fekir or get a quality playmaker in. And when they come in, we will see the results come in. But hopefully, before they come in, we carry on the way we have. And we're picking up the points anyway so that it doesn't have an effect on our league position, if that makes sense. I don't want it to be too late, like it was with the Van Dijk situation.
Well, nor do I. I'm not too sure about Fekir, whether we're going for him, because that just seems to be a very dodgy place to go at the moment. And will they do business with us nowadays? What do you know what I mean? After all what's gone on, if you know what I mean?
Really don't know.
And Marseille, Lyon's president isn't very forthcoming with transfers, is he? He's not very. he's not very friendly when it comes to selling.
He's something else, he is, mate. Seriously, I gave up listening to his rubbish in the last transfer window. Look, honestly, Mickey, go on.
One quick shout is a lot of people have moaned about it and whatever. We did bid for Ramsey on deadline day. It's been a known thing now. I really think with him not signing the contract, it would be an amazing thing if we did not go back in for him. I want to know what people think in the chat, whether he would make a difference, because he is an attacking midfielder, which is something we are lacking.
Yeah. Let us know, guys. Let us know in the live chat about it. I know we spoke about this before, and a lot of people was like, no, I wouldn't say Ramsey, but we are lacking an attacking midfielder. And if he's the one that Klopp identified, then I trust in Jurgen. I really do. I trust that if he identifies someone, it would be the person that we need to get, So thank you so much, Mickey, for calling into the show, buddy. Enjoy the rest of your evening as well, mate. You take
and
care,
you, bro.
my friend.
Yeah, and keep good work up, Daz. It's great.
Thank you, mate. Speak to you later, Mickey.
Cheers.
Take it easy, buddy. Thank you.
Drop.
What a legend. Brilliant stuff. Another calling. Hello. Obviously,
mate.
state your name for everyone to hear, as always, and your views on the game, mate.
Noah Taylor on here again. You got to be disappointed, obviously, because it's at home, but overall, I was just had a good time laughing at Riyad Mahrez, to be honest.
you got to laugh at him in that sense, because I said he's going to get a lot of stick for that one, because you would. A penalty miss, the 3 points was there for the taking. Mahrez steps up, and where did the ball end up? Back at City.
Unfortunately, I couldn't make it to the match today, but had a friend who was there, and I did send a quick text message just seeing whether he got hurt or not, because it was actually aimed at where he was actually sitting. So
oh really?
Yeah, right at the top of the stand.
There you go. So I'm sure it slapped him or someone close to him then. What was I going to say? So firstly, your man of the match, mate. Your man of the match for today.
I agree with the previous caller, Henderson. He was good. He passed the ball nicely. I don't really understand people saying that he was bad. I don't really see where they're coming from. I thought he had a very good performance, to be honest.
Yeah, like I say, I said it. I've said it so many times on here. I really do think you've got people that watch Jordan Henderson as a player. They either see what he does and like it, or they don't see it and they don't like it as a player. I just think he's one of them types of players, mate, that people either like it. He's like Marmite. He's Mr. Marmite for Liverpool.
Yeah, he's not a great talker. He doesn't have much expression when he's talking. He looks a bit miserable, but people kind of judge his personality on that. But it's completely separate to the way he plays football.
Yeah. So the attack today, obviously, we kept a clean sheet, but we didn't score against City. Should the attack have done better today, or was it down to the service, or was there goals for Liverpool in this game, or was it just that City defended good? What was your views on the attack?
We've had a very tough run. I think we've never really been. People are saying the attack isn't great at the moment. We've not really been tested with a run this tough with this front three. So it's tested them, and you can obviously it's very obvious to tell they're not on their usual form. But we got the international break. We got to go play that game against Huddersfield. I'm looking for them to be back to their normal ways, and then I'll be happy. But I don't think it's anything to worry about at the moment, to be honest.
Yeah, it's good. I like that people are saying that they're not worried about it and that they know it's going to come, because we do know that they can click and that they can be lethal. And the one good thing, like I say, at the beginning of this stream, I did my analysis on the game, and it might sound a bit negative because we did come away, we didn't score and stuff, and I'm like, we can be better. But at the same time, we know we can be better, but it's not about negative today. Yeah, it's a point at home, and we're all like, yeah, we wanted the win, but it's against City today, mate. The favourites to win the league. And are you happy with the point today? It's a good result, really, isn't it, overall, with the tough run that we've had?
I'm happy as long as we go to City, as long as we go to the Etihad and we get at least a draw against them, then I'll be happy. But if we go there and lose, then I'll look back to this game and I'll be disappointed.
Yeah, I think you've actually just hit the nail on the head with that one. I think that's what it's about. If you draw at home, then you've got to make sure you at least go and get a draw at their home as well, because it's when we got the draw away at Chelsea, then you think, right, that's a good result. Normally when you go away from home and you get a draw, then you're like, it's a good result because you play for the draw in that sense, don't you? Because if you can't win there, you get a draw. But when it's at home, you do try and get the 3 points. I think that's why City today, looked like they was happy with a draw, more so than what Liverpool probably would have been. I felt like City was there for the taking today. I felt like if in certain moments we were a bit better, I felt like we could have took them. But again, you know, they did get the penalty. If that would have gone in, they would have walked away with the 3 points. How disappointed would you have been if that would have been the case?
To be honest, I would have been feeling worse. I called up on that Wednesday night at Anfield against Chelsea in the Carabao Cup. I was very disappointed. So I would have been even more disappointed than that because, like, people saying it was 50-50. I think a draw's a fair result, but if there was one side that I had to say deserved to win more, it would have been us. So it would have been very, very bad if that was the outcome.
Yeah. I don't think that they deserved the 3 points today whatsoever. I actually, looking at the game, I personally do feel that it was a 50-50 game. I think they had their chances, we had our chances. So for me personally, you know, if I would have got a result, I wouldn't have been happy with that whatsoever. So justice was served anyway. Lovren and Gomez, obviously key talking points, them two. Lovren come in at centre-back, Gomez was moved out to right-back. Your views on them two today, mate? Was you happy with them?
Lovren, I was actually surprised, really surprised by him. He made a few really nice tackles. I thought that the pressure was going to get to him. Obviously not starting. It's his first start in a while. I thought the pressure was going to get to him, but he managed to handle it really well and was really good at certain times. And obviously Gomez as well was good, but I do still feel we missed Trent slightly, but it's not. I don't think the overall outcome of the game would have been different, but in terms of individual play, we could have possibly defended better with Trent. But no, I can't be disappointed with Lovren.
Yeah, brilliant, mate, brilliant. Thank you so much for that. And is there anything else that you wanted to say on today's game, like in your personal views?
No, I'm just thinking what we're going to do with Fabinho, to be honest, at the moment, because as I said last time I was on, I said that we got to give him some sort of game time to get used to the squad. But is that going to come with the FA Cup? Is he just going to be a one-off substitute? Because at the end of the day, he was I can't remember the specific amount, but he was quite a lot of money. Yeah. So we've got to put him into some good use, to be honest. And at the moment, we're not really doing that.
Yeah, no, I agree. I said, you know, we're not rushing him in. We did the same with other players, and we know how good, like, Robertson come off and Ox and stuff. So I'm hoping that that's a similar situation, but at the same time, you know, like, people are talking about Naby Keita and maybe not having his best performances, and I'm saying he has been thrown in the deep end. So we shall see. Maybe we start seeing more of Fabinho and less of Keita over the next couple of months. We just don't know what Klopp is doing there and what Klopp's seeing and how he's going to be working. So we will see. But what was your views on Naby Keita today, mate? Did you think he played well, or? I
thought he was average, and all the other games he started or played, I've also thought he was average. He wasn't particularly poor. He passed the ball well, but he wasn't really creating the same opportunities that you see out of James Milner. And we missed. Yeah. At the end of the day, we missed out on that because Milner went off.
Yeah, I think Milner coming off was a bit of a blow for Liverpool. It was a massive blow because James Milner's been fantastic this year. So yeah, I think that definitely we noticed a change without James Milner being on the pitch there. And as I said, I think it made us go a bit more narrow as well because he gives us a width on the pitch. Thank you so much for calling into the show today, mate. And I hope you have a fantastic evening. Hopefully I'll speak to you again in the future. Take care, mate.
You too. Bye.
Yeah, so again, you know, a great call in, some great points there. MS is saying, I had Domino's pizza, cheese and tomato. Well, you guys are making me hungry. I haven't had dinner yet. I'll be taking another couple of calls and then I'll be going to get some dinner myself. Junior's in the building. Good to see you. Mickey says, Daz, all our midfield are too much the same. I have to agree, they're all workhorses, but nothing really flowing. Tony says, Keita made a few bad passes. He needs to work on it. Maverick says, Fabinho will play if he's ready. Yeah, as soon as he's ready, I think we will see him for sure, mate. Liverpool says, our team is begging for a number 10, Daz. Yeah, I agree with that one. Even Klein, possibly Connor, says Junior. We're all food mad. Yeah, we really are on this channel. We love food. You guys always talk about food and make me hungry. Fabinho will play against Huddersfield, said Junior. Not if Hazard gets injured, says facility time. So you guys are talking about Eden Hazard there. Joanne says, Mickey, I thought our midfielders were poor, to be honest. Created or offered us very little. Nigel said, I disagree, Ray. It's different today, but we need more 70s. Hello, mate. Is that Fizzy? I think it is. Yeah. I'm good, thank you, mate. Your views on the game?
First half, it was very cagey, very tactical. I think that when James Milner went off, that just slowed our momentum, because I feel like when he was on the pitch, the first 20 minutes we were really pressing well and we were really going at them. We obviously didn't create clear-cut chances, but I feel like with him in the team, we were pressing quite well. And when Keita came on, he didn't really have the same impact, and he wasn't doing the same press and doing the same movement as Milner was doing, because Milner was almost everywhere, whereas Keita didn't have that same influence in the game. So the first half, very tactical, very cagey, couldn't complain really, just didn't create enough. Second half, I feel like we started really well, especially the first 20 minutes. We were trying to make things happen, but it just wasn't clicking. Our midfield was a bit too static at times. I felt like Henderson was trying to play the ball forward. Wijnaldum didn't do enough for me, and Keita as well. And I think that's where we were let down in midfield. And the defence was great, but happy with the point in the end, I guess. But I think very disappointed with the performance, because especially it was at Anfield and we expected more.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think you're alone there. You know, I've been reading the live chat as we've been taking these call-ins. Stephen, for instance, is right there. Daz, there's no creative outlet in midfield, and the front three are starved of service because of this. This is a key point that I think Stephen's talking about, and I've noticed this. I was bringing it up today in the watch-along. I was saying these long balls to the front three, looking to Salah to try and get him over the top, and high as well. The centre-backs are going to win them balls 9 out of 10 times. Same with Sadio Mane. And, you know, the ball getting fizzed into Salah, getting fizzed into Bobby, fizzed into Mane. You know, people are going, oh, their first touch isn't quite there. But you're often seeing heavy passes being whacked into them to try and bypass our midfield. And I think, you know, the midfield's working hard and working on being more solid defensively. And I think they worked on that a lot pre-season. I think Mickey said, I think they probably overworked on being more solid defensively this season, which is a good thing because we do need to be better defensively, which we have been. But at the same time, I do think that they need to find the right balance moving forwards. What's your views on that?
Yeah, I totally agree. I think at the moment right now, we are playing with a midfield that is very solid and very compact, which makes us look even better defensively. But then I feel like we lose a bit going forward. The Southampton game was a prime example. When we played Shaqiri in midfield, we were so expansive and he was making things happen and we looked so much better. But then as soon as he came off and then Milner came on, we went back to that solid, controlled midfield. And I think that's the problem at the moment. We just don't know the balance of the midfield three. And that's obviously impacting us going forward. Defensively, we're great. But I feel like Klopp really needs to find the balance, and I think we've got Huddersfield next, so I think he needs to experiment in more. And also the formation, we're playing 4-3-3 every week, and it's not clicking. Yes, we're winning games, we're getting by, but he needs to change it up sooner or later.
Yeah, we are going to be looking at Klopp surely mixing it up a little bit, because he will have to look at this and go, I need to address this somewhere, because you need to find the goals. You can keep the clean sheets. Clean sheets will win you games because you only have to score one goal. But if teams start to cotton on to how we are trying to get the service up to the top, if it is very one-dimensional, which I think it is kind of looking like that at the moment, it gets very readable and it can be easy to be shut down. And, you know, I've noticed over the last few games, people saying Bobby's looked non-existent, and I think it is because of the way we are getting the service up there. Personally, I think it just doesn't suit Bobby in that role that he plays for Liverpool, the role that he excelled at, allowing Salah and Mane to do their thing. I think it makes him non-existent because there's no room for him there. There's literally nothing for him to do there other than create space. It's not about getting him on the ball whatsoever. It's just about his movement, is what I'm noticing.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think the movement of the front three this season hasn't really been the same. No. Last season, they used to interchange a lot. So, for example, Salah will come more central, and then Firmino might move out wide, and then Mane might come central, and then Salah will come out wide. And they really complemented each other well in terms of moving in and out of space. Right now, we're not seeing that. I'm not sure why we're not seeing that. At times, it's like, for example, Mane, where was he today? He honestly, he didn't do enough for me today. Obviously, Firmino and Salah didn't do enough, but there needs to be more communication between the front three. I know they're not getting the service, but I feel like sometimes when you're not getting the service, you need to create your own chances. And I feel like at times Firmino, Mane and Salah could do better in terms of decision making and making the right pass or the right decision, or the movement needs to be a bit better to be able to create space. And I think that's, at the moment, it's just not working, and we need to find a solution fast.
Yeah, I agree, mate. I agree. Your man of the match, buddy.
I would give it to Jordan Henderson, although I felt like Lovren played well. But I think he'll give it to Henderson. I think he was the only one in our midfield that was looking for things to happen. He was picking the ball up deep. He was spraying it over the park. He was closing down well. And he was just being a rock for us. And there was times where he made important tackles as well and broke up play when it was needed. So he gets a lot of stick, but I think he did really well today.
Yeah. Mickey Sandaz, do you think not getting Fekir will come back and bite us on the backside? I hope it doesn't, but I think it was a similar situation as what I said, like with Van Dijk, when we had all that spell with him, and then look, it took us ages to get him in. It took us a while to get him in the door, and then when we did, it was too late to do anything then. So we've had to wait until this year to have him from the beginning. So I'm hoping that we keep the results up. What's your views on that, Fizzy?
Yeah, right now we're really crying out for an attacking, creative midfielder, because it's just we're not doing enough. We're not creating enough, and we just need that player like Coutinho we had. He could just unlock the door, or he could just shoot from range and we'll score. And I think the closest player we do have at the moment in our squad is Shaqiri. But I think people calling for him to just come into the side. He still needs to understand our play, and I can see why Klopp goes with his trusted midfielders in Milner, Gini and Henderson instead of Shaqiri, because I feel like Shaqiri still needs to get used to playing the Liverpool way. It's different when you're playing at Stoke. It's a completely different ball game. Now he's at Liverpool. He needs to adapt to the play and the intensity of our play and know when to press also. So I feel like in the coming weeks, we need to get Shaqiri more involved and also Fabinho more involved, because the longer this goes on with the same midfielders, it's not going to get any better. And one thing I would say is that we need to also experiment with the formation as well. So that could potentially help our front.
Yeah, when you say about, experimenting with the formation, do you think we need a bit more width to the team?
Yeah, totally agree. Right now, we play with wingers, which are inverted wingers. So they're not out-and-out wingers. We play with fullbacks who become like wing-backs. So they're bombing down the flanks. And Salah and Mane, they come in and play as almost strikers in a sense. So, yeah, we are lacking that width. And we really missed Trent today. I think from a tactical point of view, Robertson didn't bomb as much forward because of the threat in behind. And we missed Trent on the right-hand side because Gomez, as solid as he was defensively, he just wasn't good enough in terms of crossing. And you could see he was coming, he wasn't really going down the byline. He will come up halfway and he'll try to get into the box. And they'll just hope for balls. They were flat, no pace on it. And you can't make a chance out of, the balls he was whipping in. So I think tactically, I think Klopp probably told Robertson and Gomez, don't bomb up too forward because it could leave gaps in behind, which he was right to do. But yeah, we are generally missing that width, genuine width out on the wing.
Yeah, no, I think so. And an option that I was thinking of as well is maybe swapping Salah and Mane wings in games instead of having them as the inverted, as you said. Like, I do think that we could use Salah on the left and Mane on the right in some games to mix it up a little bit and, spread them out as well. Make them hug the line a little bit and go to the byline and get some crosses in. But this is where I said that Liverpool could have done with having a plan B striker as well. Someone that was a bit taller that just makes teams think a little bit different, because you put a plan B striker on the pitch in the middle and you have Salah running down the left hugging the line, you have Mane running down the right hugging the line. Teams are going to then having to be thinking about that and the threat there, and it's going to spread their defence out, it's going to drag their left back out, it's going to drag their right back out. Then they've got a big lad in the middle that their two centre backs are going to be like, where is he? And if he's playing in the middle of them, running off the two centre backs, that allows you to then push your centre midfielders, your attacking midfielder as well, with late runs into the box and allowing them to get in. It just creates more space, and especially when teams sit back against you, it really helps to have that as an option moving forward. So that's something that I think that we could have done a while ago, is just have that as an option. But I don't know, mate. I don't know what we will do in the near future along them lines. I don't think Klopp will ever do that, because I just don't think it's his style at all. But it's just something that I thought we could do. Is there anything else you want to say on the game, Fizzy?
Just going on your point, that's an excellent point you made, because Klopp's just stubborn in the way he plays. We've got obviously Origi and Solanke who've not got a look in, but maybe as the season goes on we might need to bring one of those in to just change it up and, like you said, give us a different outlet. I think what I would like to say is that I was very disappointed about the subs, because the 70th minute mark I believe Sturridge came on. But what's the point of bringing on Sturridge for Firmino? It's a direct swap and Sturridge needs service. So what's the point of bringing Sturridge on? Because Firmino didn't get the service. What makes you think Sturridge is going to get the service? We played the exact same with Sturridge on. Sturridge is a player that needs service. So I felt he needed to make a double substitution and take off Mane or Salah and bring on Shaqiri, or even take off Gini Wijnaldum and bring in Shaqiri and give us that creative spark. The last 20 minutes, they weren't going to come at us and play. We were the team who were going to go for it. We're at home. We should be attacking and doing more. And that's one thing I was really, really disappointed about. And he's done... I love Klopp, but the criticism I have is his substitutions. They're just not... It's not good enough at times. And in the end, we were lucky not to lose. But as a Liverpool fan, when you're at Anfield, you just want to expect more and just have that final finish.
Yeah, no, I agree, mate. I agree fully. Like I say, if they would have scored that penalty today, I would have been so disappointed. But in the grand scheme of things, I am happy because we are joint top. They didn't get the 3 points in the end. We know we can do better. We need to carry on throughout the season. We're in the race with Chelsea and City. We're up there with the big dogs this year. With this tough run that we've had of games and moving forwards as well, we've now got an easier run coming up, haven't we? So we should do a lot better moving forwards now, hopefully, shouldn't we, mate? Yeah,
we've come out of fixture list which was so hard, and we're still unbeaten in the league. We played Chelsea away, we played City at home, we're still unbeaten. We played 8 games, we're joint top. There's a lot to look forward to now. I think our next big game's against Arsenal at the Emirates in a month's time. So we've got a bit of... That's going to be tough. That's going to be tough. But you know what? We're still top of the league. We're still unbeaten. We're still going to win the league. Come on, you Reds.
Get him, Fizzy. Get it. I love that. Do you know, before you end your calls, I love it because he always gets hyped. I can hear it in his voice. It's like I can tell he's getting a smile on his face. I love it.
Cheers,
look, Fizzy, thank you so much for calling in as always, mate. And I hope you continue to call in. I love it when you do, mate. All right.
Yeah, thank you.
Enjoy the rest of your evening, mate. Take care.
Too, mate. Take care.
Good night, mate.
Bye.
Thank you. Brilliant. I love these call-ins on this channel. If you're new to the channel and it's the first time you're seeing, you enjoy call-ins like this, hit subscribe, join us, join the family. New call-in. Hello, my friend. As always, please state your name for the live chat and what's your views on today's game? Hello? Hello, can you hear me?
Hey, yeah, how you doing, mate? You're right. Sorry, I think I just got you on the screen. Yeah, my name's Faz. I'm a new caller. How you doing? You're right, mate?
Yeah, I'm very good, mate. No worries whatsoever. Your views on today's game, buddy?
Yeah, do you know what? I think a few of the callers have been a bit optimistic about how the game went. I don't think we played that bad. I think a draw was the correct result. And to be fair, if you asked me would I have taken a point before the game, I would have taken it. I think everyone's got to remember that with the fixtures that we had in the last 7 games with Spurs, Chelsea, and I think obviously you've got the cup games where obviously we drew and lost. But if you look at the league, beating Spurs, drawing at the Bridge, and then drawing with City at home, I think I'd take that. We're still unbeaten alongside Chelsea and City, and a lot of players have played a lot of football. I think people said that we missed Trent. I don't really think we did miss Trent today, to be fair. I think if you looked midweek against Napoli in the Champions League, Trent was actually one of our worst players, and I'm a big fan of Trent, but I think one of the stats was something like, I think he mispassed about 17 passes, which I think is ridiculous in one game. So I think Klopp just thought, you know what, let's give him a bit of a rest. And obviously you could see that he wanted to be a little bit more sure at the back, having 3 centre-backs playing across the back 4. So I thought it was a decent game. I think City played better than us. Did they deserve 3 points? I don't think so. I don't think we definitely deserve 3 points at all. Got lucky with the penalty. But I think our biggest problem was going forward to that. I think too many times the side passes were coming out. I know Jordan played well, spreading passes here, there. I thought Lovren was really good because I think on 2 or 3 occasions, he sent balls directly forward to Salah. And I think on 2 occasions, Salah ended up having those 2 attempts on goal. But I don't think we were direct enough. I think we need to start playing a little bit more through the lines, to be fair. And I think that really let us down today.
Yeah, mate, absolutely fantastic. Yeah, no, I agree. I agree with this. I think I said it. I said, you know, being on YouTube and stuff, and you get the Liverpool supporters that go, we should have won this, and today we deserve the 3 points and stuff like that. And it was at Anfield, and I wanted the 3 points, but after that performance, I actually do feel like it was end to end. It was, both teams weren't really at their best. I feel like it was probably a fair result. I'm glad that they did miss a penalty, because I don't think they did deserve the 3 points. I think a point is probably deserved, as you said as well. Who was your man of the match for you in this one?
I don't think it was that hard to pick, because it's not like everyone was terrible about anything. I think they're just average performances. I'd probably go Henderson, to be fair. I thought Lovren again was decent as well. But yeah, I wouldn't be. I think a few fans are quite bummed that we didn't come out with all 3 points. We had a bit of a surge towards the end. I think the previous caller talked about taking off Bobby. I do agree. To be fair, the front three, I felt sorry for him because they did lack service. But I think a big part of our front three not connecting is Mane. I feel like his relationship on the left with Robertson is not the best it could be, because I think if you watch them closely, a lot of the time he's not always available for Robertson to connect, to play the 1-2, to overlap. I think he comes in a little bit more centrally. I'm not sure. I think maybe it's because he's seen that he's scored a few more goals at the start of the season. He wants to up his tally. I don't know, but I feel like that's something that we do need to work on. But I think when Sturridge did come on, he offered something different that Bobby weren't actually offering, and that's getting the ball to feet. And I think once you saw when Sturridge came on, we got the ball, we started playing to feet, and we started to link passes a lot better than we did for the previous 70 minutes. So I think that was a positive change from Klopp. But yeah, I mean, our next few fixtures are a lot easier now after those 7 big fixtures that we had. So I think now is our chance to pick up the easy points. Just stay as close as to everyone at the top as we can. And I think you'll find that City and Chelsea are now the teams that are going to have the big games. I think Chelsea next few weeks have got United and City have got Spurs. So I think now it's our chance to take the back seat, and let's see what Chelsea and City can do.
Yeah, it's like roles reversed, isn't it now? Like it's down to them now. I said it, and I think we have been saying it. It's, if you would have said to most of us before this run, this is the point tally, this is what we're going to have, we would have all been like, yeah, I'll take that, I'll be happy with that. It has been a good start, and we have all said we're not at our flying best. I think you said a great point that with Klopp's change there, that all of a sudden we started playing to feet in that game, and I think this is a big thing of where Liverpool may be slightly going wrong this season when it comes to the attack, is we're not always looking to play to feet, to the front three. Last season, we were so deadly on the counter-attack because everything was like to feet. You know, the quick 1-2s in midfield. Genie was so good when he used to play for us in the little 1-2s, and the way we broke on teams. we're not seeing that as much. It's all about the long balls. And I think Fizzy in the last call said about the movement. There's not as much movement in the front three. They're not interchanging as much as what they did last season. I'm wondering whether that is to keep the shape defensively as well. I wonder whether Klopp's gone, we need to be more stable at the back. So he's gone less movement throughout the team. Yes, that takes away from the deadliness of our attack because the other team, isn't constantly going, where are they? Because they're interchanging. But it does give us stability in the defence. What's your views on that, mate?
Do you know what? I totally agree. And that's one of the points I missed out in my previous statement, is that I feel like people aren't giving Klopp enough credit. I feel like we have lost a bit of dynamism going forward. We're not as gung-ho first 15 minutes. We're sending 100 people forward. We're a little bit more reserved. And I think credit to Klopp, was it about how many months it's been now since we've conceded a goal at Anfield now? And I think that's credit to the pragmatism now that we're going into games with. I feel like it's not Klopp letting us down. I think the players, like you just said, we're not playing enough to feet. The movement hasn't been sharp enough. I think Mane's had a big contribution to that. I feel like if he just starts to look for the pass before the ball even comes to him, because I feel like when he gets the ball now, he's not really looking as much for Bobby and Salah as he used to, and I think that's affecting us. Bearing in mind, Salah's not been as hot goal scoring wise, but you can see he's still been sharp. He's been looking for his the red shirts around him, and he's still getting those passes in behind and in front of him. So I feel like Mane is a big contributor, both on the left and in the front three. And I feel like we've got the players that we need. I don't really feel like we need the big centre forward, to be fair. I think Sturridge has proven more than enough. 4 goals in however many minutes he's played is absolutely ridiculous, to be fair. Credit to him. And I think the player that we do miss, it's such a big shame that Fekir didn't come. I really do feel like we need a centre attacking mid, because if you watch Coutinho last season, how close he was the link between the midfield and the attacking players. And right now, when you look on the pitch, it's like there's a big gap, and we really struggle to transition from midfield to the attack. So obviously, you guys spoke about Ramsey earlier. I think that might be an option to look at right now for the short term. On a free transfer, he knows the Premier League's an experienced player. I think get him in. Anybody else along that kind of quality, get them in. But I think we desperately do need a centre attacking mid if we want to be, as strong as we want to be, sort of challenging for the title come May.
Yeah, no, I fully agree, mate. I think you've been fantastic. What a calling. Anything else you want to add on this game tonight, mate?
Nothing too much. I think Klopp got the result he wanted, to be fair. I think he went for the draw, and if we can nick the win, then we'll nick it. And I think this is exactly what he tried to do midweek against Napoli. But I think defensively we just switched off and we ended up losing. I think he noticed that, do you know what, this is a position we've never been in before, where we go into Europe and we've already beaten PSG. We just need a point going into City on the City game on Sunday. And he realised, and I think you saw the corrections being made, hence us getting that 0-0 draw that I think he kind of desired before the game. So, no, well in all round, to be fair.
Yeah, brilliant, mate. Absolutely brilliant. And what are you going to do with your time in the international break?
Probably, I'm not too sure. I'll probably end up watching the first half of the United game when there was 2-0 down. I won't bother watching the second half.
Yeah. Look, thank you so much for calling into the show tonight, mate. I hope you enjoy the rest of your evening. And I hope you call in again in the future, because I think you've been brilliant.
No, cheers for that. You too, mate. Take care.
Take it easy, mate. Thank you for calling in. Good night, mate. Brilliant. Right, guys, that's going to be me tonight, because I need to go and have some din-dins, because I'm starving. I'm sitting here and I'm craving my food now. Thank you so much to everyone that is obviously called into the show tonight. It's been over the hour mark. I've done the watch along and that, so I hope you guys don't mind. But I've literally been streaming for like 3 or 4 hours now, so it's been a long time. And I want to say a massive thank you to everyone. Please smash that thumbs up button for me. Help pump it up. And, welcome to the family, to all you new subscribers as well. Look forward to hearing your views on Liverpool as we move forwards in the future, because it is about getting your views heard. That's what this channel is about. It's a platform for you, putting your comments in the live chat. I always watch my live streams back as well, so I always read the live chats. So you guys putting in your comments in there, and when you're saying like dads and stuff like this, as the call-ins were going now, I'm listening to what they're saying, I'm reading the comment as well. So, I'm always trying to keep an eye on what you guys are saying. And if you're watching this back on the replay, leave a comment down below. below. Let everyone know your views on it, because don't forget that people watch this, they read the comments, they want to know what you've got to say on the game as well. So just because you wasn't able to watch it live doesn't mean that you can't have an input, because I also read my comments. I read every comment. I reply to as many as possible. And I want to know what you all have to say, because coming into the day, you're a Liverpool supporter like me and like everyone else. So your views matter, don't they? Right. Enjoy the rest of your evenings, guys. All right. 0-0. 0-0. It's weird when you say 0-0. Sit there now. Sit there. I want you to sit there and say 0-0. Doesn't sound the same as 0-0, does it? It doesn't. It doesn't make it any better. Doesn't make it any worse, to be honest. 0-0 at Anfield. It's a point. They had a penalty in that game. That meant that they could have nicked the points. So luckily, Mahrez is shocking at penalties. Take it. I'll take it, guys. All right. Yeah, joint top of the table. Get in. This 22 days of hell, we're riding it. As the callers were saying, you know, we're getting out that spell now. The other top team, Chelsea, City, they're about to have some tough tasks ahead of them. We're about to have an easier few games as well, so brilliant. But we've got the international break upon us, so yeah, we don't like it much. I hope you enjoy the rest of your evenings, ladies and gentlemen. I hope wherever you are, you've had a fantastic day. You're never walk alone. To all you Liverpool supporters, I've been on the bench LFC. You've all been legends. Take care, everyone.